Hey guys, what is up? NFL Weekly back to you again. And today's video is going to be focused on my predictions for the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Seattle Seahawks NFL game this Sunday. I'd like to start off by saying what? What am I going to say? I'm going to say something that might blow your stinking mind. I'm going to mention a score that will be printed in your mind for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to mention something that you may or may not want to hear. Right now, I'm about to mention you 20-17. That is the image you will see in your mind as you go into the next week of football, week 13. Who wins? You guessed it. The Seattle Seahawks are going to win this game. I've said it in the past, and I'll say it again. Seattle is a team to be feared. At first, I saw Jacksonville coming into this game, getting a win at home, and saying, goodbye, you dumb Seahawks. You don't have a chance here. Because you came to the East, and you lose in the East. You come to the South, you lose in the South, just like you did against Tennessee. Well, what do I have to say about that? I have to say, not so fast. Because the Seahawks are too good of a team. They have too many weapons. They came off too big of a win. I sat down and thought about this game, thinking to myself, does Russell Wilson have it still? Does this running game, is it going to get any better? How about the defense? Well, I'll tell you 3 reasons on last Sunday against Philadelphia, why I think Seattle has what it takes. Let's start off by the obvious, and we all know the facts. We all know that this quarterback really is kind of the difference maker. Everybody here knows that Russell Wilson has more skill than this idiot who nobody knows. Nobody really knows Blake Bortles. And the reason why I think this is just pretty much the reason in itself is because Russell Wilson does too much. He is too focused. Seattle's going to win it out. There, I said it. Seattle's going to win out the season. 12-4, end it all. I have too much confidence, you might say. Do I? No. Russell Wilson's too good. This running game is starting to kick it up just a little bit of a notch. If this running game can start producing more than 100 yards per game, you're going to see an offense that's knowing exactly what it's doing. Graham is showing up. Baldwin is showing up. Lockett is showing up. The team is showing up. The defense was playing without even its best players. They have something to prove. They're on a journey in the roughest, toughest conference. And one of the most difficult divisions to lead. Back and forth, back and forth. Now, Seattle is on a roll. They have to figure out now what. Here's the biggest momentum boost they will ever get this season. And I feel that this is the start of the ball that will roll on and on and on. Jaguars, you're good. Your defense is going to shut out the Seahawks in the first quarter. But the second quarter comes along, and Seattle's going to score 7 points. Blake Bortles and their offense will score 3 points. 7-3 is going to be the first half. The third quarter come along. You're going to see Blake Bortles show up and do something you may have never thought of. He's going to score a touchdown. And you're going to see a 10-7 game. Well, did you know something? Russell Wilson is really, really good. And if it's going to be 10-7, he'll just make you look bad. So Russell Wilson's going to get a field goal. But that's not saying much. So in the third quarter of the game, you're going to be looking at a 10-10 tie game. Fourth quarter comes along, Blake Bortles, shot, bam, touchdown. 17-10. Jaguars are up. Seattle's going to have about 6-7 minutes. But on the drive after that, I believe Russell Wilson will get a touchdown. They will score. They will get 7 points. And then a turnover, something big will happen, fourth quarter, typical Seahawks football, and they're going to get a field goal, and they're going to make you look pretty bad at the end of the day, because that's what Seattle does best. What I'm trying to say is Seattle's on a roll. They have momentum. They have talent. They have skill. They don't need they don't need Chancellor. They don't need Sherman. They need Wilson. They need Pete Carroll. They need Bobby Wagner. They need the stars that have done more this year than anybody else. Because if they do that, they will create an environment that the defense thrives off of. The defense really killed the Philadelphia Eagles, allowing only 10 points last week. Can they do it again against a much, much worse offense? Sí. That's a yes in Spanish, if you didn't know. So, yeah, Seattle's got a lot of skill, a lot of talent. They will take it to the win. They will win this game, period. You heard this from NFL Weekly, and you heard Seattle will win because they have just too much talent and too much firepower. They're going to end the season 12-4. They're not afraid of the Rams coming to Seattle. They're not afraid of Cowboys who are inept and have no talent anymore because Dak Prescott's throwing picks right and left. They're not afraid of anybody because the Seahawks are the stinking Seahawks, baby.